There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Time again for the Underdog Show, starring that champion of champions, Underdog.
Not a bird, not a plane, not even a frog. Just little old me, Underdog.
There's MC and his buddy truly Gophers on the run. The stories of McBragg outrageous. No one could be more courageous. Underdog! 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 Join the king in Bongo Congo. Meet a cat with savoir-faire. Go watch the hunter chase the bocce. Shooters on the rocks and then there's Underdog!
Viewers at Cape Carnival, about to witness man's first trip to the moon. And I shall be going along with our two brave astronauts to give you a full TV account of the trip. Is everything ready for the blast-off, General Brainley?
Everything is perfect, Sweet Polly. Our top scientists assure us that we will have beautiful weather for the next 12 hours.
Storm!
But this is impossible. Our scientists promised us good weather, and they're never wrong.
But they were wrong this time, and the reason for their error was Simon Bar Sinister.
Look, Ed. Look what happens to the world when I use my weather machine. I push the key for rain, and it pours. Now watch this. Simon says, tornado twist.
Stop, boss. You forgot that if you push those buttons, we're in the tornado too. And it just took off our roof.
Oh, this is terrible. I plan to take over the world with my weather machine, to threaten everyone with hurricanes and tornadoes unless they do what I ask. But now, what can I do?
Gee, boss, the only way you could use this machine without it hurting us is if we were someplace beside the ice.
Eureka, Cad! You struck it. All we need to do is to get to the moon.
And so, a short while later at Cape Carnival...
Well, that weird weather seems to have passed over, so it's time to prepare for the launching. You three had better get your spacesuits on while I go start the countdown.
See you in a little while, boys.
But behind the astronauts, two unwelcome figures appeared.
Well, I guess we'd better hurry into the spaceship.
The countdown is started. You'll be blasting off in 1 minute.
And now, dear viewers, we are ready to blast off for the moon. And I feel so safe knowing I have these two fine, brave astronauts to take care of me.
4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! The launch is a success. Now we'd better turn on our TV screen to get Sweet Polly's report.
Well, dear viewers, my two brave astronauts and I are now officially on our way to the moon. Let me introduce them to you. First... Oh! It's Simon Bar Sinister!
This, my dear, is my friend. Cadillac. And you are in our clutches.
Oh, please, someone out there in TV land, please help me. Please free me from these terrible villains.
Will someone come to Sweet Polly's rescue? Will someone stop Simon Bar Sinister from reaching the moon and using his weather machine against the Earth? There's plenty of excitement ahead in our next episode.
One day in Bongo Congo, the king was in his counting house, counting out his money.
2,021,000, 2,022,000. You know, Odie, I've been thinking.
You have, sire?
Yes, Odie. I don't think it's safe to keep all this gold in these old cigar boxes. 2,023,000. You know how many times Biggie and Itchy have attempted to steal the gold? 2,024,000, 2,025,000. I think we ought to take it away somewhere and bury it like they do in the U.S. of A.
A very deep idea, sire. A Bongo Congo Fort Knox.
Exactly. 2,026,000, 2,027,000. I want you to look into the situation and make a plan. Oh, look out! Oh, confound it. Now I'll have to start all over again. 1, 2, 3.
That afternoon, Odie presented his plan to the king.
And we shall transport the gold by railroad.
Oh, capital.
We start at dawn.
Splendid.
And take the gold to the royal vaults high in the Sierra Bongo Mountains.
Brilliant.
I suggest we get going immediately, Your Majesty, and move with complete secrecy.
Oh, by all means. But how are we going to hide the gold on the train?
That is the best part of the plan, sire. Listen. We take the...
Oh, very clever, True Blue Odie. Who'd ever think to look in the... Oh,
shh! Complete secrecy, Your Highness.
Oh, yes, secrecy. I'll pull down all the shades.
But it was too late for secrecy. Itchy Brother, concealed behind a family portrait, had heard the whole thing. And as soon as the coast was clear, sneaked off to tell Biggie Rat. Secrecy? And they're going to do it at dawn tomorrow. Are we going to, grab the gold, nab the nuggets?
Oh, we're going to do better than that, say. We're going to steal the whole train.
Yeah, man! Beep, beep, ding, ding!
Listen, Caboose Head, this is Biggie talking, say. Well, let's get on the track.
Yeah, okay, Big, I dig.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. Here's the railroad, see? And right here, there's a track that goes off to an old abandoned mine. Now, we'll just take over the train, drive it out here, stick up Kingsey and Colony, and get the gold.
Yeah, but what about the conductor and the engineer?
That's the beauty part, see? You and me are going to be the conductor and the engineer, see?
Like, Pink Punk?
Yeah, Pink Punk.
And sure enough, the next morning, as the conductor and engineer was standing by the train...
Okay, now I'll go up to the engine, see? You wait here for Kingsey and Colony to show up with the gold.
Yeah, okay, Big, I dig. Bud? Bud? Oh, man, here they come now. Morning, Royal Miss. Where'd you stash the stuff?
What?
I mean, where's your baggage?
It's already on the train, my good man. We sent it on ahead.
Say, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Yeah. That is, there's this character on television, and, everybody says we're the end for lookalikes.
Well, no matter. Let's get going, True Blue Odie. I'm sure I've seen him someplace before.
Okay, let's, put the show on the road, man. Aboard! All aboard! And so the treasure train pulled out with Biggie and Itchy in the driver's seat. Will they succeed in stealing the gold? As a matter of fact, where is the gold? We'll find out in our next episode, Handcar Heroes.
Just received a telegram from General Nuisance. He says those 2 Gopher Indians have to be captured alive immediately.
Captured alive?
Mm-hmm.
But, Colonel, we've already tried just about everything.
Obviously, Sergeant, you've never played football. We're going to use football tactics. We're going to tackle them. 14, 22, 63, 87.
Colonel going to capture us without guns, without swords? How him do?
Hey, we got a plan. Give it a tackle.
You got planned?
Dummy.
Oh, we make dummies. Fool, Colonel. Good idea. You genius. Whoopie-doopie. Colonel never know difference. Now, light 'em campfire and watch 'em fun.
Quiet, Sergeant. Shh. There they are, around the campfire. Get ready.
Don't you think we better scout around first?
Nonsense. I'm calling the signals here. 22, 64, 83. Charge!
Hey, Colonel, these are nothing but wooden dummies. Colonel?
Take that!
Colonel?
And that!
Colonel!
And this!
Colonel! Colonel, begging the Colonel's pardon, these are just dummies. They're carved out of wood to fool us.
Now we put 'em on edge of cliff and watch Colonel make big flying tackle.
Shh, Sergeant. There they are around their campfire. Are you ready?
Begging the Colonel's pardon, but what if they're just dummies?
Just dummies? Don't be ridiculous, Sergeant. We left the dummies back there. These are the real Indians. Follow me. 36, 22, 34. Charge!
Fire! Chop, chop!
Oh, we build 'em fire on this side of bridge, then go back, and when Colonel cross bridge, chop, chop. Whoopie-doopie, you genius.
Now then, there's their campfire, Sergeant, on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah, but, what about those 2 Indians on this side of the bridge?
Dummies, Sergeant, dummies. They can fool me once, they can fool me twice, but they can't fool me 3 times. Follow me.
Now who's the dummy?
There, France. Did I ever tell you about the time I brought down 5 enemy planes single-handed?
No, but I
Took off at dawn patrol, don't you know, and headed for the enemy lines, when all of a sudden, out of nowhere, came 5 enemy planes, guns blazing. pulled every flying trick I knew. But there were too many for me. First they shot off my tail. Then they shot off one wing. Then they shot off the other wing. Then the propeller. And finally, the fuselage. There I was, flat on my back at 5,000 feet and without an aeroplane. I dropped like a stone.
Good gracious, Commander, what did you do?
Do? Well, I soon caught up with the wings of my plane, and thinking quickly, I grabbed hold of them and was soon flying like a bird.
But I thought you brought down 5 enemy planes.
I did, laddie. The blighters were so surprised to see me flying that they didn't watch where they were going, and...
Absolutely smashing.
Quite.
In our last episode, the king and Okey had decided to move the royal treasure of gold nuggets to the royal vaults in the Sierra Bongo Mountains. Okey's plan was to move the treasure by train. Using the utmost secrecy, he had devised a clever way of concealing the gold on the train.
Oh, that's good, good. No one would ever think of looking in the...
Shh! Complete secrecy, Your Highness.
But Itchy Brother had overheard the plan to move the gold by train, and he and Biggie Rat plotted to steal the train, lock, stock, and baggage car. They cleverly disguised themselves. And when the train pulled out, Biggie was the engineer and Itchy was the conductor. However, the king had his suspicions.
I still say that confounded conductor looked mighty familiar.
At that very moment, the familiar-looking conductor was having a conference with a familiar-looking engineer.
Now's the time to find that gold. Start looking in the royal compartment.
Okay, Big, I dig. Get it? Dig for gold, I said.
And I said, get going, see?
Obeying orders, Itchy made a thorough search of the royal compartment. But it quickly became apparent that the gold was not there.
Well, I think I'll take a nap. Great bongos, look at this!
I think someone has been searching the room, sire.
Just then, the train turned onto another track and...
Itchy Brother.
I thought he looked familiar.
I suspected foul play. He wants the gold. After him, sire.
And as the great train roared higher into the mountains, a desperate chase took place through every car. They chased him to the dining car.
Man, this is like a one-way street. My way.
Beg your pardon, official business, you know.
Confound it, look where you're going.
They raced through the cattle car. Through the chicken car. Through the refrigerator car. Until at last they reached the end of the line, the caboose.
We have him now, sire. There's no place to go from here.
After him.
But even as they entered the caboose, Itchy emerged from the rear and, climbing the ladder, raced back along the top.
Up there, sire.
But it was too late. Itchy pulled the pin that connected the car with the rest of the train, and the little caboose started moving back down grade.
Like bon voyage, brother.
Come back here, you foul player.
Great bongos, look at them pick up speed.
I fear it is we who are picking up speed, sire. Look. Ooh. Hang on, sire.
Look out.
Oh, my. That was a close one.
Confound it, we've lost the gold and the train and everything.
All is not lost, my king. Look, a handcar.
And instantly our two heroes were in hot pursuit and soon arrived at the abandoned mine where Biggie and Itchy were searching frantically for the gold.
Hey, it's the King and Coyote!
All right, Casey, where's the gold?
Right here.
And here.
Yes, the clever Odie Colony had painted the gold black to look like coal and concealed it in plain sight in the train's coal car. Now, with the gold locked safely in the vault, and Biggie and Itchy locked safely in jail, peace came once again to Bongo Congo. But for how long? Don't miss the next adventure of the King and Odie.
Sweet Polly Purebred was in the clutches of Simon Bar Sinister. And Simon was headed for the moon, where he planned to use his weather machine to make everyone on Earth do as he asked.
You villain! Turn back this spaceship for Earth!
Never! I shall rule the world! How did those two villains get on our spaceship?
Well, General Brainley, we just found the astronauts all tied up in the room where they were supposed to put on their space suits.
So that's it. An outrage. Something must be done.
Look, the ship is turning around. It's headed for the Earth.
Oh, no. It's headed for the moon.
But look now, it's headed for the Earth.
For the moon.
For the Earth!
Good work, Cat. Now nothing shall stop us from reaching the moon. They've tied her up. Do something, soldier. Send up another spaceship.
Well, that'd take weeks to get ready, General.
Then shoot that one down.
Well, that'd be kind of hard on Sweet Polly, General.
Then there's only one hope left. Send for Underdog.
And so the call went out for the powerful Underdog. But at that very moment, Underdog had his hands full. Halfway across the world, Underdog was busily engaged in stopping a war between two neighboring countries. His ultrasonic ears picked up the telegraph message calling him.
Sweet Polly's in trouble high in the air. I must stop this war and hurry there.
And like a blazing rocket, Underdog was suddenly everywhere at once, stopping the cannon fire, removing the gun, rounding up the soldiers. And finally, as the two commanding officers shook hands and made up, Underdog leaped into the sky and headed homeward. Meanwhile, General Brainley had been called to a hasty conference in the capital.
Gentlemen, this is an emergency. Our first flight to the moon has been taken over by the notorious Simon Bar Sinister.
This is horrible.
We have already sent word for Underdog.
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
Thank goodness you've come, Underdog. Simon Bar Sinister is about to land on the moon, and he has Sweet Polly with him. Just look at our special TV screen. We're coming in for a landing on the moon. So I'm the first to land on the moon. And soon I shall be the first to control the world. Hurry, Cad, set up my weather machine while I turn on TV. Weather machine? What does he mean by that? I hear you, General Brainley, and I promise that you shall soon see what my weather machine can do. For I will soon be taking over your Earth. But we can stop you, no matter what kind of machine you have. We're sending Underdog after you. If Underdog tries to stop me, what will happen to poor Sweet Polly?
It looks like Simon Bar Sinister is truly in command of the situation. Will his weather machine work all the way from the moon? Will he be able to force the Earth to surrender? There's a thrilling time ahead in our next exciting episode.
do